Hello, thank you for watching this video. Basically, I wanted to talk to you about my EA or robot. Basically, this robot depends on some indicators, but these indicators are tweaked in a certain way, basically, to achieve maximum profit and uh, and allow for minimal loss. So basically, we're trying to play on uh, idea of having increasing the profit as much as possible and decreasing the loss as much as possible. Now, of course, a lot of people have EA experts, advisors on for sale, and they claim some of them claim that it might go up to billions and maybe trillions in a matter of a year and a half. Now, I'm not saying that these people are lying or anything, but I would say this is doable, but not if the developer of this EA is cheating. And what I mean by cheating is, for example, now I have this. This is my expert advisor. Basically, I'm giving it a back test from beginning of 2020 until uh, today. So full range of this year. Now, what I could do, and then I would run basically I do my inputs, and then I would run expert advisor. Now, the problem is what? Now, I could customize my code, and this is what any developer can do. If the developer knows basic understandings of MQL programming, he will be able to do this. Basically, he can customize his robot specifically for this period, for this 6 months period, to do what? For example, you have a buy trade, and this buy trade was a loss. So you bought, but instead of the price going up, it actually went down. So you have a buy position, and then it went down. So basically, that was a loss trade or losing trade. So what he can do in his code, he can specifically say at this time, please, to his code basically, please, instead of buying, opening a buy position, do a sell position. So instead of losing, he would turn it into profiting. So basically, and then he would show you, yeah, so here is a back testing of 2020, and oh, you made $1 trillion in about a year or 6 months or whatever. Now, they could do that. But now, how can you catch something like that? Basically, his video has to be continuous video. This is one thing. Second, he has to test different periods. So he tested 2020. He has to also test without stopping the video. He has to test also 2019, 2018, 2017, and show you that his code actually works for all these. Now, if he actually took the time to fake his code for all these years, then I think this guy is not very thoughtful, because he could have spent his time making a good code instead. Now, for my code, I can test for any year, and this is a normal code. There's no expert advisors that would actually win all the time. There is no way. Why? Because you're dealing with unpredicted situations, and situations that are infinity. You cannot even count how many situations that could happen in the future with the chart, yani going up, going down, whatever. You can't. There's no way, absolutely no way. So if you would win, you would also lose. So if there is an EA expert advisor that only goes up, now this is, you can spot a fake EA by just looking at the chart. If it always goes up, then this is a fake, 100% fake. There is no expert advisor that can do that because it's not logical and it will never happen. You have predicted situations that could happen in the future. The chart goes up, down in different ways. It could go up and then you open up a buy position and goes down right away in a second. What could you do? You lost. So how could you turn that into profit? There's no way. So an expert advisor always wins. You would know right away that this is a fake expert advisor. Now I'm making this video out of honesty. First, second, because I don't like a lot of people to lie and make money out of lying. This is not right. You made something good. Tell people. People can buy, and it has to be real. And if it's real, then it will lose and win. But what you can play with is you can play with the side of winning to enlarge it, to make it bigger, to make it huge. And then try, whenever you see a loss, you close right away. Of course, you have to give some distance, because sometimes if you buy, for example, at 1,000 gold for 1,770, right? And then you have a buy position, and then it goes down to 1,769. Now, if you close, you lost one, right? But maybe after that one, it would go up so much to 1,780 or 90. So you lost some money, even though yes, you only lost 1 ounce or less than 1 ounce, but you could have gained so much money. So what you can do is you have to give some distance, some area for the price to go up and down, because before you hurry up and close, or before you hurry up and say, oh, I'm losing, I should close, or and so forth. So basically this strategy, normal strategy, I have few things that could make a lot of money, but of course with high risk, with a lot of money comes high risk. So what does that mean? So for example, I have 2 systems here, or 3 systems. One of them is called multi-position. So instead of opening 1 position at a time, you could open 10 positions, you could open 5 positions. I have it based on the amount of balance that you have. So if you have 10,000, I will take percentage of that 10,000. If you have 100,000, I will take also percentage of that, but it will be bigger and be huge, right? So we would make a lot of money. But also when you lose, you would lose a lot of money, but not as much as what you would win. This is this is what you play with. Now, when I'm winning, I win a lot. But when I lose, I make sure that I only lose a little bit. Even if I have 20 open position and I lose them, I would still only lose a little bit. Not so much. $20, $30, whatever. But if I win $2,000 20 times. Or I win $4,000 40 times, So I'm not trying to basically give out all the information about my expert advisor, but I have to make sure that you understand what we have here. So basically here I'm going to test without there's 2. The second system is scaling. Now what is scaling? Scaling is you buy 1 ounce and you sell 1 ounce, and this is the minimum with gold. The minimum is 1 ounce. Now with scaling, instead of buying only 1 ounce, if I have a good trade, I could buy 10 ounces. I could buy 5 ounces. I could buy 7. Depends also on the balance that you have, how big the money that you have. I would get a percentage of that. And if you initiate the scaling system, then you multiply your profits. Yes, you will multiply your losses, but their losses are small anyway. So basically I'm going to show you how you can do this without the systems first. So this is pure no multi-positions, no scaling. All right. So I'm going to start that. And I'll show you the graph. This is the graph. Basically, we're starting with $50,000. I could start with as low as $10,000 or even less than that. But for gold, you need to start with $10,000 or so. So you can see the money is going up. This is basically 2020 only. And we have 115,000. And this is the I'll show you once it's done. This is how much it made. These are how much gross profit and gross loss. And this is your profit, 59,000. 59,000, this is normal system. There's no scaling. There's no multi-positions. Now, if we do scaling and multi-positions, this is something different. But of course, there's loss, you know. So basically, I can show you also all the things down here. So you can also pause the video anytime and see things in details. You can see how much profits we're making here and how much losses. There was a lot of losses at the end. So this is normal to gain and lose, but we gain a lot, lose less. Yes, here there was a big loss, but comparing with all the profits that we made, we ended up with 60,000. Now, even if I start with 10,000, I would still make the 60,000. So this is 10,000 starting with, and this is the leverage. I'll do start again, and there's the graph. We still make the same money because I don't need the 10,000 really. It's just a starting deposit, and my system does not go below that 10,000, maybe a little bit. As you can see here, we went below 10,000 by 1,000 or so, but it's gaining money. And at the end, you'll see that it gained the exact same amount of money. So here, 59,000. Same, everything is same. Only when would you need to put a higher deposit, like 50,000? If you're using the scaling and the multi-position, you have to start with a bit bigger. We need at least 40, 50,000. Why? Because the account can drop dramatically, but it will gain again. This is the system I have. It will gain right away. So, but I need distance to move because I'm using in my system I have multi-position and scaling. So if a loss happen, you could lose 20,000. You could lose 10,000. So if you only have 10,000, then your account will be lost, will be locked. So that's why if you're using the multi-position system and using the scaling system, then you have to have at least 40 to 50,000 at least. If you're not using it, even 3,000, 4,000 will do, because the system will not go below that. Yani before it gains, it might do some loss because it calculates how the loss happened and all that, and then it goes back and then basically adjusts itself to gain money. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the multi-position system, and I'll do a start. Same thing, everything. I didn't do anything else. And you can see we started with the 50,000 and we went down when we started. There you see 49, right? 49 right there. And then it gained. It didn't go down, which is good. At some times, we reached 132,000. Went down. This is normal. Now, if my chart shows the thing going up all the way, then no, it's fake. No way a chart. No way an expert advisor would do that. Yes, I will gain some, but I will lose also. Now this multi-position system always takes advantage of the current balance. So here we had a balance of say 100,000. It will use the 100,000, 131,000. It will use it to do more positions. Yeah, here maybe it was doing only a two positions, three positions. Now when I got 130,000, no, I was making more positions. I was taking more positions. Now when I got here 475,000, I was taking even more position. Maybe yeah, sometimes I looked at it and I was crazy, and I was going crazy. Now you can see actually it reached 1 million, over 1 million. I will go down a little bit and I will catch up again. You can see here we are at here 786,000. We went again over. See, the system learns and sees what's going on and how it lost, and then it goes and adjusts itself. So again, it goes back up. Now we're here at 1,400,000, and now we'll go up even more. We got over 2 millions. Now, is this real? This is 100% real. There is nothing fake about this, and I'll show you also a other strategy, testing doing a strategy system or the testing for the year before, no problem. You can see all that. We're almost in March. So in March, and we're over 2,342,000. We'll see how much we'll get. And this is without the scaling. We're only using multi-positions. Now we'll see the scaling. Now this buying and selling, it's not doing scaling like you hear there. Some people doing scaling, and scaling is not allowed and whatever. This is not doing scaling. This is totally normal buying and selling. It's hedge system normal, and I'm using basically Admiral, and I have a VPS, and I have this code running on it, and this code is making very very good money. Especially when I got to, I started with only $10,000. But then when I got to 40,000 or 50,000, then I enabled the multi-position, and now it's making crazy money, like you see. You can see here it's over 5 million, 5,805,000. So we're between 5 million and almost 9 million. So we're at we could say 7 or so. 7 million. You can look at this here. 7,272,000. It went down a little bit here. So from 7 million, it went down to 6 million. 7 million. Let's see how much. 7,300,000 to 6 million. So it lost 1,300,000. No, 1 million. Lost 1 million. Yeah, 1,100,000. Now. You would say, "Oh, I just lost 1 million." No, you didn't lose 1 million. You're gaining because the system's still working. So you could stop here the system. There's a switch here in the inputs that you can stop the trading. So it will stop totally, and you can then take your money. Now you could have stopped here, 2,700,000. You could have stopped here, 7,400,000. You could have stopped here at 8 million now, 8,500,000. Now this is real, yes, 100% real. And multi-position system, there's nothing wrong with it. Instead of just opening one position, of course with millions, now you can see with millions, this thing is opening positions like crazy because we have a lot of money, and our balance allows it. Now we're getting close to 9 million, so 8,400,000, and you can see here this the equity. So you now we'll catch up with the equity, and you'll see that it would reach very good amount. Losing a little bit, 8,500,000. We are in April. So we started in January 1st, and in January actually we reached 130,000 almost. 75, yeah. And in February we got 470. In March we got 600. In March, end of March, we got almost 890, almost 1 million. In April, we jumped to 2 million. In mid-April, so in the same month, we jumped. This is 2020. You know, gold prices in 2020 were crazy. That's why there's a lot of gain. In mid-April, we got 700. No, not 700. We got 7,465,000. Went down after that, right after that. So we got 5,500,000, and then gained again. So end of April, we have 8,600,000, and you can see there's some stalling here. This is not stalling. This is basically it's buying opening a lot of positions. That's why it's taking some time. But it's moving, and you can see the time here. It's moving. So in end of April, we were at 8,400,000. We got to May, 8,600,000. Down a bit in first week of May, so 7,800,000. Now we'll see how much this will go. I think I have the visualization off, so I'll go faster, inshallah. So here you can see there's equity at 9,800,000, and this will catch up soon. There you go. Now it's at, there you go. 10 millions, we got to 10 millions. And all this without scaling. Yet we don't have scaling on. I think we don't have it on. Yes, scaling is false right there. It's false. So only multi-position is on. I go back to our graph. So we went to, this is in the second quarter of May. We got 10 millions. Of course, you can stop the code. You can stop it and say, I don't want trading anymore, and take your money. Here we got a bit of loss, 9,900,000. We'll see how much we will go. Of course, this is it takes long because we're opening a lot of positions, and you will see at the end how many trades we have done, and it will be a huge number. And this is normal for big accounts. Yeah. Don't think that this is unacceptable and this is crazy or whatever. This is so acceptable because if you're trading with 10,000, and how much can you do with 10,000? Not much. But if you have 100,000, you can do a lot more. You can open a lot more positions. If you have 500,000, if you have 1 million, if you have 2 million, now we're talking about 10 million. We're talking now about how much? 11 million. So if you have 11 millions, how many positions would you open? A lot. That's why it's taking time. Of course, you watched when without multi-positions, how much gained was 59,000. Of course, you have the video and you can go back and look at it again. But I'm very happy with this code. It's trying its best to gain a lot. Yes, it will lose, and if it didn't lose, then this is fake. And I don't know when I will lose, But because, you know, anything that happens in the future, you never know when you lose, when you gain. But you play with the idea of, I would make my win a lot, huge, and make my losses small. And then with the percentage between this and that, then you have the difference. And the difference, if you're dealing with only a $10,000, is totally different when you're dealing with, now we're at 13 million, 13,500,000. This is a we got to June, so this is going to end soon. Almost ending the code. I think we're on 28th. Will end. You can see 13 million. This is huge. A bit of loss here, no problem. You can see all our losses are small. Huh? Look at this. Look at the winning after. Look at this winning. Now some loss here, but look at this winning. Some loss here, a gain winning. So every loss, you can see that we made a winning. Now there we have some losses here, but it will catch up. I'm not 100% sure, but I know my code will catch up. So small loss, small loss, small loss. Of course, we're comparing with what? We're comparing with 13 million. Yes, 13 million. How much we got to now? 11 million. We lost 2 million. But 2 million is compared to 13 million is not much. Especially that this 13 million, you got it out of how much? Out of 50,000 starting, starting, what do you call it? Starting money. Here, where equity went down below 8 million. We'll see how my code will deal with that. Most likely it will not lose all that. We'll see. Now we're on 11th of June. So we'll see how that goes. But all in all, you can see that this is unbelievable amount of money that it makes. And if you're willing to take this risk, yes, there is a risk. I'm not saying that. See, now it didn't lose all of it. It lost some of it. Some loss here. We'll see how much it will close. Now 12th of June. So it took so many losses here. 4. We'll see how it will end. All in all, we have 8,900,000 starting with 50,000. I can start with 40,000. I could also start with 30,000 because the code didn't lose that much. But to be safe, because I don't want the account to be closed, I'd rather start with 50,000. Now, if you start with more, then this is unbelievable. This will be unbelievable. If you start with, say, 1 million, if you're a big guy, you have a lot of money, you can start with 1 million. Then imagine doing this and doing the multiplication with million, because we take percentage of the balance. We take percentage of the balance. We take up to 70% sometimes of the balance. Why we do that? Because, you know, when certain conditions happen, then most likely we know that there is a big chance of winning. So we take a big chunk of the balance. You see that we're gaining again after loss. We're gaining again. We'll see how much we'll go up to. So we're at 10,097,000. We'll see how much we'll end. Now I will do, because this video is so long, I will do another one with different settings. I wanted to show you also the scaling, which is right now is off. Scaling system off. But scaling system will make things go crazy, will make it go nuts. And that's 100% you need at least 50,000, because with scaling, you're not just buying one. Here we're only buying 1 ounce, maximum 2 ounces. Maximum 2 ounces. I'm not using scaling. But with the other one, with the other system on, so you have this system on with the other one, with the scaling system, then you will have tons and tons of buying positions, open positions, buy and sell positions, plus not just each position, not just 1 or 2 ounces. Each position will have a lot of ounces. And instead of seeing at the end 10,500, 1,500, what is that? 1,051,000. All right, so we'll go here and see how much money we made. We made 10,462,000. How many? The trades that we have done had a gross profit of 21 million. Gross loss minus 11 minus 11 million. And see the amount of trades that I had. 35,000 trades in 6 months. That's because we opened multiple positions. I'll show you another video with the scaling system on. So have fun trading, and we'll see you in another video.